Good morning, students. Today we will study about the graphical representation of motion. My dear students, to describe the motion of an object, we can use line graphs such as distance time graph or position time graph, speed time graph or velocity time graph. In these graphs, for example, distance time graph, the distance is taken in one axis and the time is taken another axis. Actually, the time is taken on x axis and distance is taken on the y axis. To represent the graph or to plot the graph, we first choose an appropriate scale so that we can show our given value on the distance time graph or position time graph. Then, after selecting the point or plotting the point on the graph, we join all points and then we get the shape of the graph. The shape of the graph then decides the nature of the motion, that is, it is an uniform motion or non-uniform motion or the object is at rest. So first of all, we are taking here an example of the distance time graph. Just you see that the time is mentioned as 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 second and distance, respective distance is 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60. Now we are going to plot the distance time graph with the help of this. So dear students, first of all, just you see that you draw a line, this as the x-axis, okay, and this another line, that is the y-axis. So y-axis represents the distance, this axis represents the distance. So this axis, x-axis represents the time, so we write here as time and its unit is in second, then arrow mark, this we write here x-axis. This point is the origin, so origin is mentioned here. On this graph, y-axis is represented as the distance and its unit is in meter, okay. So here our value is given, here value is given as 02468. So we will take here 0, then 2, then 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, etc. Now here we will represent 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, etc. So what is the first point? At 0 second, the object is at 0. So our location is here. Now at 2 second, the object is at 10 second, 10 meter. So this is our point. Then at 4 second, the distance is 20. So this is the 20. So this point will be here. And at the 6 second, the position of the object is 30 second. So this point will be here. At 8 second, the position is given as on the table that is 40. So here 40 is here. Now at the 10th second it is 50. So you see that 50 is here. This point locates as the 50, and at the 12th second the position is 60. You see here that clearly it is 60. So just we mark here at the 60. Now then we have to plot, join the lines. Our second step is, next step is to join the all these lines. So when we join all these lines, then we see that what is the shape of the graph. The shape of the graph is here. The shape of the graph is a straight line. Just we plot here. So dear student, just you see that the shape of this graph is a straight line, and there is a slope with respect to the time axis. So this graph shows the uniform motion. What type of the motion? Uniform motion. So you see that the distance time graph is a uniform motion. Now we take another example to describe the distance time graph. You see that this distance time table, distance 0 is at time 0, at time 5 second the distance is 1, 10 second distance is 4, 15 second distance is 9, 16 20 second distance is 16, 25 second distance 25, 30 second 36, 35 second distance is 49, and 40 second the distance is 64. So on the basis of this distance time table we have to plot another graph. Okay, now the same thing we have to take here. Just we draw a line, draw line. Okay, then take another line on the time axis. Okay, then we locate here, this is as origin, this is time axis, time is in second, origin, this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. This is x-axis. Now on y-axis it is the position or distance axis. So we can write here distance in meter. This is y-axis. Okay, now plot the, choose the scale. So there are up to 64 data in our distance, 64 data. So we take here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, okay, 60, then here it is 70. Now at the 0th time the position is 0, after 5th second the position is 1. So how much it is? This is this line only, just above to the time axis. Then after 10 second the position is 4. So where is 4? 1, 2, 3, it is 4 is here. After 15 second it is 9. Where is 9? 9 is just below to this. Then after 20th second, the position is 16. So 16 is at this position. 25 second, it is 25. 25 will be in between 20 and 30. So this is the 25. Then at 30th, it is 36. So 36 is at this point, this point. Then 35, it is 49. 49 is just below 250. This is 49. Then 64 after 40th second. 60 and 70, 60 go 4 lines more. Here it is 64. Now we join all these lines. Then find the shape of the graph. Just to see that I am going to join all these lines to locate the shape of the graph. So dear student, just to see that it is a curved line. The shape of the graph is a curved line. This indicates for the non-uniform motion. So here the distance time graph for non-uniform motion. So try to plot the graph on the basis of this. If the graph is a straight line with respect to the time axis, what will be the conclusion? Suppose we have taken a graph which is a straight line with respect to the time axis. Suppose we are taking here a graph and its shape is if the shape of the graph is this is time axis, time is in second, and this is the distance axis. In meter. Now this one is origin. Let us suppose the distance is time is 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, like that. This is the x-axis and this one is y-axis. On y-axis it is suppose 50, 100, 150, 200. Suppose our car is at 100 meter away from us at this starting time. So our starting position is 100. Then after 10 seconds, if the position of the car is again at the 100 meter away from us, then it will be here. After 20 seconds, the distance of the car is again 100 meter. After 30 seconds, the distance of the car is again at 100 meter. After 40 seconds, the distance of the car is at the 100 meter, and 50 seconds the distance of the car is at where is 100 meter. Now we join all these points. So what is the shape of the graph? Here the shape of the graph is a straight line, but it is parallel with respect to the time axis. Therefore, this graph indicates that the motion of the object is 0. That is, the object is at rest. There is no motion. So this is the distance time graph graph when object is at rest. When object is at rest. So this is the graph C. This is graph V for non-uniform motion, and this is graph distance time graph for A. We can write here graph A, distance time graph for uniform motion. Uniform motion. So you see that for uniform motion the graph is a straight line and there is slope with respect to the time axis. For non-uniform motion the shape of the graph is a curved line and the slope there is slope and there is curved line with respect to the time axis. Another type of the graph which is which is the parallel with respect to the time axis. This is showing that the object is at rest. So we can do the practice for the similar practice for the speed time graph also, and then we describe the nature and um, nature of the motion of the object. Thank you.